Welcome to the Academy, a series focused on the basics of Star Wars: The Old Republic. On the last episode of the Academy, we talked about the three main types of events you can help host in your guild. On this episode, we'll be talking about things that are a little more off the beaten path when it comes to events and services you can offer your guild. There's tons of events you could hold that just require someone online to lead them. Datacron hunting, world boss runs, Flashpoint nights, working on any special limited time things like the Rackwill event or Gree events together, grouping up for heroics to get extra group credits. Some guilds even do things outside together like karaoke nights, Pictionary nights, and movie nights. Every guild's calendar will look a little different. The other big thing your guild can do together is Conquests. To participate in Guild Conquests, you'll need to have a guild flagship. It costs 50 million credits, but it's well worth it for growing guilds. Every week, you'll have a chance to invade a planet and compete for a spot on the leaderboard with other guilds. If you get on the board, your members who also completed their personal goal also get extra rewards, one of which helps unlock more of your flagship. Working on Conquests together can be very fun, especially since it usually requires doing things you might do anyway, like PvP or operations. You'll want to keep track of your guild's progress each week and let people know if you're getting close to being on the board, and it might be a good time to push out a few extra points. There's also a lot of different services you can offer for your guildmates. The biggest one is crafting. You can either craft stuff for them for free, or craft for them if they get the materials. For example, if your group does high-end operations and your members earn the high-end materials, you can keep track of which of your crafters in your guild can craft what. That way, your guildmates can know exactly who they can bring exactly what to get what kind of gear. You could also craft lower-end stuff for free. For example, there are some great pieces of starter purple max level gear out there. They aren't moddable, but they're a huge boost compared to whatever random pieces you pick up while leveling if you don't have a lot of data crystals to turn in, and they don't cost the special materials you have to get from ops either. You'll need at least one person to gather a pile of materials and learn the purple schematics to offer free max level crafting. If you have generous guildmates with too much stuff, you can set up one of your guild bank tabs to be a Please Take tab, a free-for-all tab where members can dump in items they don't want and others can take them to use. Good items to put in this type of tab are XP boosts, cheap color crystals, and random pieces of adaptive armor from cartel packs. You can also set up a crafting tab in your guild bank where members can deposit leftover crafting materials and other players can take them to craft with. Be warned though, if you want to store and share every crafting material in the game with your guildmates, you'll need a total of 3 tabs just for crafting. You can cut this number down by only providing the green border and blue border crafting items needed for leveling up crafting. A great thing to do for your guildmates is to set up a convenience center near where you load in once you have a guild flagship or a guild stronghold. It can become an easily accessible hub for all your guildmates to take advantage of, especially the ones who don't have fully decked out stronghold of their own. In your convenience area, you should place a GTN, a mailbox, a green personal bank, a yellow legacy bank, a purple guild bank, a vendor to sell junk to, the 3 Jawa scrap vendors you can buy with cartel market certificates, an event ambassador vendor which sells retired event items, an appearance modification station, a decoration vendor, and the 3 droid vendors that you can trade decoration prefabs to. That way, your guildmates can enjoy every convenience available in one spot. If you're a roleplay guild, fully decorating and unlocking a stronghold might be a great goal to work towards together too. If you're a larger guild that enjoys PvE or PvP, one of your long-term goals might be to get a flagship so you can participate in Conquests as a guild. Getting a flagship costs 50 million credits, and the best way to raise funds for it is to simply let your guildmates know exactly how much you need and what the perks of getting it are, mainly to be able to participate in Conquests, but also to having access to flagship guild summons, which lets you summon your group to wherever you are in the galaxy. Unlocking your entire flagship is also a goal larger guilds might want to work for. Unlocking more rooms in your flagship costs credits and special currency called frameworks and encryptions. Each room costs 5 million credits each. So the credit cost alone of unlocking an entire flagship is 125 million credits. Each room costs between 2 and 5 frameworks, and frameworks are made up of 50 encryptions each. Gaining the encryptions and frameworks is another thing you can have your guild work on together. If you work on Conquest together and get on the top 10 leaderboard, for every character in the guild that completes their personal conquest, you'll gain an encryption they can put in the guild bank. Encryptions can also be dropped from Conquest commanders, strong special enemies that are located in enemy territory and can only be found in PvP instances. Named commanders are a rare form of these and can drop the more valuable frameworks. Frameworks and encryptions can also be bought in the GTN, but they can be very, very expensive. Decorating your extremely large flagship can also be a task that your guild works on together. Don't forget that with both guild strongholds and guild flagships, if your member already owns and has unlocked a decoration you want to put in your guild flagship or stronghold, most decorations have an option to unlock a copy for your guild. You don't have to buy 40 million copies of that light fixture you want. You might be able to have your guildmate unlock those copies for a lot cheaper than on buying them individually on the GTN. There's so much more to being in a guild and running a guild than just an extra 10% XP boost. So if you think it's time for your guild to step up its game, get out there and start up one of these events or services for your guild. If you want to show your support for this series, or to get notified when the next episode of the Academy comes out, subscribe to this channel.